And welcome back to the Grown Up Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. You already know what we do here on the Grown Up Podcast. We talk about adulting, relationships, the ups, the downs, roadblocks, encouragement, community. We talk about it all right here on the Grown Up Podcast. And you already know what I say. It's that grown up shit. We tie it all in and we talk about that grown up shit. And, we keep it real. We keep it 100 here. And, we keep it moving. And so thank you so much for all the support. You guys have been insane, incredible, even though I suck at posting on social media or keeping up with the posting schedule here. And I'm going to let you guys in, obviously, on, everything that's going on. But, through it all, you guys have just been encouraging me and happy that I'm still just sticking with this. And so I would like to, of course, you already know I start the episode off by thank you guys, but I genuinely from the bottom of my heart want to thank you guys and appreciate you guys and lift you up and say you guys are the real winners, because you guys really do encourage me and help me mentally stay in this game of continuing to push forward and block out all the negativity of the podcast isn't huge, millions aren't listening to it, or whatever, all these negative things that come with independent podcasting. You guys truly help block all that out by encouraging me and telling me that you're happy that I'm still going and that I'm still pushing. And so I just want to say in this episode, shout out to the listeners, subscribers. Y'all are the best. I could not do this podcast without y'all, so thank you. I'm still signed with That's Not Canon. Let's get some announcements in there. I'm still signed with That's Not Canon. We're still adding people, so please do me a favor, go to that'snotcanon.com, go and check out the new podcast that we've been adding. We're a collective of independent podcasters who are just out here trying to make it and do our thing and promote each other and support each other. And so I'm trying to do my part. Please go and visit that'snotcanon.com. Check them out. They have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you name it, they got it. Go and check out their social medias. We have brand new independent podcasters. Shout out to all the indie podcasters. We're adding a ton, so yeah, go and check them out. And other than that, I don't really have too many. I'm all discombobulated, you guys. Honestly, first and foremost, well, now let's just hop into the episode. First and foremost, it's a brand new month, so I hope that you guys were supporting and listening and following the last Naturally on the Wave Spotlight artist for last month, and now we're in a brand new month, and so that means a brand new artist. And so when this is all said and done, I'm going to go into my phone, look who's next, and I'm going to shine the spotlight on them at the end of the episode. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned to the end for that, okay? So let's hop into the episode. As you could tell, my voice is definitely changing. Things are changing for me. Life is changing, of course. My transition. Everything has been... I don't even know if I have a word to describe how I've been feeling and the things that I've been going through as of lately. It's, if anything, the one thing that I can break this down to is hardships, and that's kind of what I want to talk about really on this episode today, is adulting hardships, because I don't think any parents really, parents now do. When I talk about parents, I'm meaning my parents, like that generation. Not a lot of them use like real life examples, as kind of what I touched on a little bit with the last episode with Willie, is we were kind of saying is like the things that our parents were telling us weren't like realistic situations that they went through, telling us, what they did to get through and all that stuff. Like they didn't really use those type of examples to help with giving us a visual on how to experience these hardships and how to navigate through them. It's it was miscellaneous things like, God, or just keep pushing forward, just do this or just do that. And it's never that simple and that easy as just doing this or just doing that, or, praying, or, something like that. And so I want to talk about just the different adulting hardships that I'm actually experiencing right now, but also just a lot of people are experiencing either now or were experiencing previously with everything that was happening with the pandemic and everything. And that those effects from the pandemic are still lingering. Like, they're still lingering, and it's insane. And so the first thing I want to touch on is the biggest one that was the most detrimental during the whole pandemic time, and has been obviously the most detrimental for me, but not just only detrimental because of being in the situation that I am, but detrimental because of also like my transition. Like, it's a deep rooted thing, and that's losing your job. And so when you lose your job, oh man, it's like all hell breaks loose. You have no idea what comes with that. And what comes with losing your job is a rush of mental and emotional experiences that are just way up and way down. And for the past 2 months, I've just been in this awful deep dark pit, and I've just been in this pit, and I've just been here. I don't go out. If I do, it's something that my girlfriend got invited to and she's dragging me out, but I don't go out. I don't reach out to people or seek to reach out, or if they're reaching out to me, I don't really make as much of an effort to have a conversation or anything like that. I just stay home, and I'm home, and it's like I have no idea what to do or where to go with my life for the past 2 months. It's like when you lose your job, you're like, well, what the fuck do I do? I mean, obviously you start applying to new jobs, but you had this whole other plan with your previous job, and you were working, you had this plan, you were going to do this, you were going to do that. And like, I had this whole like year plan with this job, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this, and this is going to happen, and everything's going to go smoothly. And then it all just came to an abrupt stop, and that was it. It was over. It was like no more job, or no more of that, everything that I had imagined as far as this new job and where it was going to take me and what I was going to do and all this stuff. And now all of that ceases, and I'm like, okay, now I have to redirect, not only with the situation of losing the job, but I also have to redirect with where I want to go as far as what kind of new job I want to get or need to get. My situation has changed obviously since 2 months ago, and still have to factor in the things that I'm still doing, like podcasting and, all these other things. So it's like when I'm applying to a job, I need to make sure I also am applying to a job that's going to give me good availability so that I'm able to do these other things. And, it's like, it's so fucking much. And I don't think anybody talks about like their deep, dark pit area that they were in when they lost their job. The mental and emotional, like I was saying earlier, has been so rough for me. Like, I really honestly can't put it into words. I mean, first of all, coming from a standpoint of, transitioning and having the mentality, as I kind of talked about a little bit in a previous episode, of the quote unquote provider, being the man, and, having that quote unquote provider title on me, like, losing my job was just it's not in the fucking man book. It's just not, like, especially having to depend on other people and having to depend on help or, whatever the case may be until you can find another one. And so dealing with that mentally and emotionally, and then just also dealing with the fact that I lost my job in general, and now I have all these other things that I have to deal with, not just with the job, but medical insurance and just all these other things. And it's like, I just fucking got dropped from my, parents' medical insurance because I just turned 26. And so now it's like everything is rushing and hitting me at once, of all these things that I kind of was a little bit coddled with, just the small things like health insurance. For a while I've been coddled with that because I was able to be under Obamacare and stay under my parents' insurance until I was 26. But now after 26, everything else with medical insurance on my own, like completely, I have to figure all this shit out by myself. And I'm like, fuck, I barely even understood what it really was being under my parents' insurance, and now I have to figure out my own. I'm like, shit, this is just exhausting and horrible timing because I'm literally just starting my transition. And so that's another thing that I'm, in my mind about. It's like, damn, why didn't I figure this out earlier and try and get this done early and all this stuff. And it's like, it wasn't ready. That wasn't my time yet. And now's the time. And now is the time for me to, step up and understand and learn all these things. But it's just so much at one time, And so another thing is something that hasn't happened just yet. This is another huge factor that can play into having adult hardships that are really difficult to push past mentally and emotionally. And that's losing your car, whether it's your first car or it's your second car, your third car, whatever. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what car you're on. If you lose your fucking car, like, it's another blow. Imagine losing your job, then you lose your car. It's another blow. Then losing your place of residence, like that's another blow. And some people who have it more tough growing up and hit 18 experience this early on, and it could be a good or bad thing. It could be a good thing that could push them to want to just keep going, moving forward, or it could be a bad thing because it's too much all at once, and now you're out here stuck because you don't have any help and you don't even know where to start. And another adulting hardship is like losing your sense of purpose, having to quit on things or having others quit on you, looking for a sense of belonging. I feel like no one really talks about these type of hardships that you'll end up experiencing at one point or another in your life. And for me, all of these, except for the losing my car, I'm still managing, getting by. But all of these things have played such a huge role these past 2 months in my downfall, my fall into this big black pit that I feel like I'm crawling out of slowly, like very, very slow motion crawling out of. And I feel like there is nothing at the top. It's like no one there that's like, give me your hand, like I'll help you, or this is the way, or you don't have to do this, here's something to help you. Like, it's nothing, it's just all me. And which, I mean, shit, you come in this world by yourself, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do this thing. That's something that you have to understand eventually. But having to really do it like by yourself, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, you guys know that I'm not, I'm not really keen with my family. We're not really that close. I'm not close really with my mother. I'm not really close with my father. I'm not really close to anybody in my family, really, like that. And so, growing up, I leaned a lot on friends to fill that kind of family type of void. But now I'm kind of in a space where I'm like, dang, I don't really want anyone, because having to deal with these hardships and no one else knows what the fuck they're doing either, or how to, they didn't have a great reference either, or, like, we're all trying to figure this shit out together. It's like, damn, that's exhausting. And no one knows where to start. No one knows how to communicate. No one knows really how to deal with this, like on a level that's understandable for everyone. It's difficult because everyone comes from different walks of life and different points in their life and different family situations and dynamics. And so everyone, all of the millennials are meeting on a very uneven plane, and we all have our ideas and we all have things that we're like, yes, this is gonna work, that's gonna work, this is gonna work. But at the end of the day, it's like the plans that we think are gonna work, it's just plans. Like, that's just all they are. Then it's just plans, because it's never going to go the way that you plan. Like, that's literally the hardest fucking lesson that I've been learning for the past 2.5 months. Shit is never going to go the way that you plan. And I guess I touched on it a little bit with my last podcast of telling Willie, is like, I'm trying to just go day by day. I don't want to fucking have plans anymore. I don't want to think about the future anymore. I want to go day by day, and at most maybe a month out. Maybe, just maybe. And that even might be too much, because I never fucking know what could happen between now and a month from now. You never know. Shit changes on the fly. But going day to day and not really having too much of a plan and just trusting the day, I'm learning that has been so hard for me, because I'm such a in control type of person. I have to be, and that's what I've seen growing up, is like, you got to be in control of everything yourself. Like, if you don't do it, how you want to, no one else is gonna get it done, or get, and so that's the mentality that I have, and that has been such a weight on me, because I always feel like I need to have everything on me all the time. And I think I've talked about that as well in previous episodes, of just feeling like I always have to have everything on me, because I have such a mentality of doing everything on my own, and people aren't going to do anything for you. You can't ask for help. Like, you do it on your own. Like, there's plenty of people that do it on their own. You need to just get it done and just keep pushing. But it's not that's simple. It's not that simple. It's not that easy. I wish the generation before us would stop telling me that. Like, I'm exhausted of hearing that. It's just not the same as it was before. It's not, to start with prices, just a price to live in a decent place, over $1,200, easy. Why? Who fucking knows? And then you factor in food for yourself. You factor in the utilities. You factor in having a luxury which is a car. That is a luxury, in fact. It's crazy that they build shit to literally be so far apart from each other and then tell us that having a car is a fucking luxury. Like, yo, how else am I supposed to get around quickly at that and efficiently and not, smell, depending on wherever I'm going or whatever the business is, not smell when I get there? Because if you tell me to use a bike, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be sweaty depending on where I'm going. Even a bus, because you gotta walk to the bus stop, that's sweating. It's like, come on, like, there's no fucking wiggle room at all to really establish something good for yourself in these times, because we're so busy trying to catch up, trying to just stay afloat, trying to just get by, just living that paycheck to paycheck and not knowing what we're doing and hoping and praying that what we're doing is going to lead us to something good. But we're also afraid. We're also afraid of that. Like, shit, I'm not gonna lie, I'm so afraid of accomplishing these things, because to me, when I look at them, I just look at hardships. Like, buying a car, they can also just take it back. Like, if it's not bought flat out, obviously, like, you're leasing or whatever, like, they could take it back, if you're not up on your game. Like, the same thing with the house. You buy a house, like, you're not keeping up on your payments, they could take your house. It's like all these things that are accomplishments to show of, you're doing good in life, you're getting by. It's like, they're also very scary things to just think about, because I'm busting my ass working at work just to afford these things, and at any given moment, if I get exhausted or if I get sick or if anything happens to me, this could all just go away. They could just take it away, they could pull it away. And I feel like we shouldn't have to live like that. You shouldn't have to fucking live like that, where you're like, okay, I'm so set on getting these accomplishments, I have these accomplishments and these goals, but now that I have them, like, I'm afraid, because you could easily just get tired and be like, all right, like, I'm exhausted, or I need to take a couple days, or I need to take a vacation or whatever, and then boom, shit just changes just like that. Life is just crazy like that. And with these hardships, I feel like I for sure was not prepared and was not ready at all on how to just handle these. And what I seen growing up was like just raging through it all, like being so angry through it all, and being upset about everything, and the way that things go, and I don't want to be like that, and I'm trying so hard not to repeat a cycle, but it is the most difficult thing. And I recently was able to get back into therapy, but it's all just been really, really hard to deal with on my own. Like I said, I just kind of just stay in the house. I don't really talk to anyone. I don't really do anything. And I'm kind of really at a point where, like, it's crazy, because the few people that are left closest around me, think everything's fine. They see nothing wrong. They see someone who is just trying to figure it out, who's persevering, keep pushing through. But maybe anyone who's listening to this, they'll hear something differently of, someone who's exhausted, who's tired, who's putting their best foot forward, but seems to get kicked down every which way that you put your foot down. And yeah, so I just been dealing with that for the past couple weeks and doing my best to try and keep my head in this podcasting game and get good quality episodes and good quality things that I want to talk to you guys about and discuss and keep the conversations going about these experiences that we're having as millennial adults, and just having to deal with these and not really having the greatest examples or the greatest advice to take to help ourselves. And every day has just been a really tough battle, to say the least. As everyone knows, hopefully by this point, I'm transitioning. And so that, coupled in with all these, adulting hardships that I was just talking about, it's been a whirlwind. Like it's been like a hurricane came through my life and has just rearranged so many things, and so many other things seem so much clearer and straightforward, and things are changing and I'm seeing things differently, and like all these things are happening to me all at once. And I don't really have many people to experience this with, express this to. And so I love still having that fire and still having you guys tell me that you're happy about the podcast and that I'm still going and things like that, because this does excuse me my goodness, this does help me very deeply mentally to get my words out. Maybe not, they may not make sense, and they may be all over the place, but it does give me a way to vent and have these real life conversations that we should be having all together. All of us should be having these conversations. I shouldn't be the only one thinking about these things, because at one point in our lives, or one way or another, or you might be experiencing it now, or it might be coming for you, we're going to be experiencing these same type of hardships in our lives. And if we don't open up to each other and say, hey, this is what I'm going through, this is what's going on, and this is what I'm doing to try and get through, or this is what I'm not doing to try and get through, and open up a dialogue, and other people say, hey, I'm doing the same thing, or I'm going through the same thing, and this is what I'm doing. It's like, okay, hey, I'm gonna try that. And it's a form of coming together and building a better community of just figuring out life a whole lot better than just doing it on our own, because doing it on our own is just mentally and emotionally sucky. That's the best word I can describe. Like, it's just sucky to do this life shit on your own, trying to figure this shit out day to day. That's why you have a lot of us, I won't speak for a lot of us, but I'll speak, on my experience. For a while, like, I just jumped in and out of a lot of relationships because I'm trying to find some sense of stability, because I didn't really have the best foundation of stability and trying to figure this thing out by myself. And so it seemed easier and better to be in relationships and try and figure them out. But that's just even harder, up until this point of, the relationship that I'm in now, where I'm really found someone that I'm able to figure it out with. And, even that has been, a whirlwind. And so, but I appreciate you guys for, still sticking around and still supporting and still listening to the podcast. And, I'm trying my best to keep my head in the game, keep my head on my shoulders, and just continue to keep moving forward. I watched Meet the Robinsons the other day. Shout out to any Disney fans. And I watched it because my therapist recommended that I watch it, and it was a really, really great and inspiring movie. And it's crazy because I was going to get Keep Going tattooed on me. And so when I watched the movie and his motto was like, keep moving forward, I was like, wow, that's crazy, because I had already had that thought in my head, but you know, it constantly just slips away because I'm going through so much shit right now that I can't even, you know, begin to kind of sift through. But I'm still kicking. I'm still you know, trying my best to stay positive and keep my mental and my emotional up. It's been an up and down roller coaster every single day, but like I said in the previous episode, I've just been taking it a day at a time and trying not to worry about the future, trying not to worry about what ifs, because I definitely play the what if game a lot. My therapist tell me definitely play the what if game. So I've been trying to stop the what if game and, you know, be present in the moment of the things that I am doing and the things that I am accomplishing right now. And so, yeah, I just shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? You guys keep that fire lit in me to just keep my head up and keep going. And I hope, fingers crossed, I applied to two audio programs that I'm hoping to get into so that I can build my audio career more and be able to give you guys more better content, maybe even start incorporating video and all these things, and just learn more. You know, I love opportunities, and I love just applying myself to anything that I feel like I'm capable of doing. And so, you know, I applied to these programs. That's also what I've been working on. And so, yeah, I've been in the house, you guys. I'm sorry that I don't post on social media like that. I'm sorry that my podcast posting schedule has been crazy as well. But my life has really just been a roller coaster for the past almost 3 months. And hopefully I'm getting things back on track now. Finally found me a job, and a couple other things have, you know, fell in place. And like I said, I applied to these audio programs, and so I'm hoping that now that all these things are coming together, a new wave of myself is going to roll out, and, you know, I'm going to step into a new person and, you know, push out this content, keep doing the podcast, and, you know, keep giving you guys what you deserve, which is good shit. You know what I'm saying? Good grown up shit. You know, I don't want to just be throwing whatever and nonsense on here. You know, I really want to give valuable, good content for you guys. So, yeah, that's the episode today. I know I was a little all over the place, but what type of adulting hardships are you guys experiencing? You know, let me know. Email me, tweet at me, DM me. Email is grownuppodcast95@gmail.com. If you guys were paying attention to the ending of the last episode, my usernames have changed officially on social media. So my new Instagram name is That Audio Guy Derek, and then on Twitter it's at Audio Guy Derek. So you guys can follow me on there. I still have Grown Up Podcast Facebook page, so if you guys still fucking with Facebook, or you even still have it, would love for you guys to go and give my page a like. And yeah, if you guys have any topic ideas or any ideas you want me to talk about, or if you're interested in being a guest on the show, I would love that. I would love new perspectives. I love, putting new people here in the hot seat. No, I'm just kidding. It's not really a hot seat, but I want to make everyone here comfortable who comes on the show. But I really want to get personal with you guys. I love doing this podcast because I have inspired a few people, believe it or not, to, pursue podcasting or just even think about it. And so just knowing that is a blessing because, if I just stopped and just was like, you know what, I can't do it, or this is something I'm not able to stick to or whatever, it would obviously not inspire anyone, right? And that's the goal. Like, of course, to do what you want to do, but you also want to inspire people to, do something that they've always wanted to do as well. And so I'm happy for that. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just ranting. I'm trying to get it all out because hopefully this month goes up or keeps going up and up. It's going up, but hopefully it keeps going up and up, and the mood and the vibe and everything kicks up this month, and we get back into the swing of what Grown Up truly was. And so I get out of this, this pit and get just restart, step into my new self. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'm ranting more and more, so I'm gonna just stop. But anyways, don't go anywhere. I got the Nationally on a Wave Spotlight artist for you. Stay tuned. That's coming right after this break, and I appreciate y'all for staying tuned today. Y'all make sure y'all check out the new Nationally on a Wave Spotlight artist, and let's go. All right, and we back here on the Grown Up Podcast. Y'all know y'all not leaving out of here without checking out the Now Spotlight artist for this month. I hope y'all are staying tuned after the ad. What's an indie podcast without trying to throw an ad in there? But anyways, let's get to it. I know y'all been waiting, and I'm so excited to promote this artist. She is dope as hell. And yes, I said she is a female artist. I'm so excited. If any of you guys know any female artists that are out there doing their thing, please send them my way. I would love to promote them the same way I'm about to do her, because she is on fire. I love her soulful sound. It's beautiful. It's elegant. It's on fire, y'all. Y'all believe me when I tell you she is dope as hell, and y'all gotta go and check her out. So anyways, without further ado, y'all gonna check her out right now. Let's get into it. The Now Spotlight artist for this month, Zaya Bell.
So I know that you feeling me, and I'm feeling you too. I know we're both scared, but why not? They say that you can't know love if you don't love yourself, and I've taken the time to find my way, and it led me to you. Now I'm trying to figure out the time to tell you just how I feel about you. I hope that it ain't too soon, coming out the blue moon. I think that I love you. I think that I love you. I think that I love you.
Yo, what is up, grown-ups? I hope you are catching this splashy wave that is going through your ears, your speakers right now. y'all please do me a favor. Go and check out Zaya Bell. You already know her links will be in the description. You're listening to her single, I Think That I Love You, right now. I know y'all vibing to it, so go do me a favor. Go check her out. Links, like I said, in the description. You'll be able to click, go right away to stream her music and right away to follow her. And y'all already know for me, my links will be in the description below as well. Y'all please go and follow me. Stay up to date with the Grown Up Podcast and make sure y'all are out here supporting this music. This is the Naturally on a Wave Spotlight segment. It's Zaya Bell. Let's keep jamming to her. Stay safe, be kind, and we out.
So sublime, and I know if anything is possible, it'll be the chance to call you mine. And I give you all of me, signed and sealed, guaranteed that I have fallen for you. Girl, you're sweet like Moscato, sipping on you. I'm addicted to the taste, and I can't stop till I empty the cup. Wanna make you feel so good, please sing like Sunday's best, giving you the gospel.